Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. There is no easy walk to freedom anywhere, and many of us will have to pass through the valley of the shadow of death again and again before we reach the mountaintop of our desires. Prison life. Fortunately, I spent a lot of years, about 18 years with other prisoners, and as I say, they enriched your soul. Only free men can negotiate. A prisoner cannot enter into contracts. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who doesn't feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. There are times when a leader must move out ahead of the flock, go off in a new direction, confident that he is leading his people the right way. As long as poverty, injustice, and gross inequality persist in our world, none of us can truly rest. There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. Courageous people do not fear forgiving for the sake of peace. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. It always seems impossible until it's done. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. I can't pretend that I'm brave and that I can beat the whole world. When the water starts boiling, it is foolish to turn off the heat. We can't afford to be killing one another. If you are poor, you are not likely to live long. You can only lead them from behind. Intervention only works when the people concerned seem to be keen for peace. Let freedom reign. The sun never set on so glorious a human achievement. Any man or institution that tries to rob me of my dignity will lose. Without education, your children can never really meet the challenges they will face. So it's very important to give children education and explain that they should play a role for their country. It is wise to persuade people to do things and make them think it was their own idea. Even if you have a terminal disease, you don't have to sit down and mopey. Enjoy life and challenge the illness that you have. There is no such thing as part freedom. Non-violence is a good policy when the conditions permit. Does anybody really think that they didn't get what they had because they didn't have the talent or the strength or the endurance or the commitment? No country can really develop unless its citizens are educated. In countries where innocent people are dying, the leaders are following their blood rather than their brains.